Hello, students. I wanted to make this video for you so that you would have a guide for completing the written assignment, the scholarly article analysis. So here is the template, and mine looks a little different. This is not the same one you will see. This is an older one, but the concept is the same. So I will ask that you not submit this template itself. This is just a guide, but I want to explain how I would like to see this paper formatted. I have highlighted in yellow these, basically these are headings or titles that you would use for each section. So please do not turn in the questions or the instructions or the point values. If you could just use these headings here. So for example, you would start the first heading as just like basics. Then you just want to put the answer to the question in a full sentence. Again, this is not the same article, so you want to make sure you're not using this one. You want to make sure you are using the one that is actually in the assignment in week 4. This is just a guide, and I included these answers here so that you would have some idea how this should look. So in the first one, you would have question A here in a full sentence. The authors of this study are whoever the authors are. This study was published in whatever year, and this study was published in the journal of whatever the journal is. So that's a basic idea of the layout. And as you go along, you'll have a heading here for the introduction. Now, this section is where you want to really be careful and make sure you're meeting the word count. Okay, so this is where the authors discuss the research they used as a basis for their research. So you want to write a 250 word summary of what they found. So you want to make sure you are doing this summary in your own words. You don't want to copy and paste. It should not be identical to the article itself. Okay, so your responses can vary, but they should be ideally very similar as far as your summaries because you're just analyzing this article and you want to give me a summary of what the research was that they used for their research. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down a bit. Here's the methods section. So again, here's a heading. You want to make sure that you are following the prompts exactly. That is the best way to get the top points for this discussion, excuse me, for this article assignment. So here is asking how many participants. You just want to put your full sentences here, like I have demonstrated here. Make sure you include all the populations with their percentages. The measures. A measure is a instrument or tool that they would use. So for example, if they're using a psychological test, you would want the name of that test. For example, if you've heard of the Rorschach test, you would want to name it. So you want to make sure you are identifying the measurements. And I do believe in the actual article you will use for the assignment, I believe there are 4 of them. I need to see the actual names just like it is displayed here. The researchers used 4 measurement tools, if that is the number. They are. You'll want to name them specifically. I have these bolded. It should not be bolded in your submission, but I have it bolded just for emphasis for this video. Next would be the results, which is a section you actually do not have to include because this, involves like statistical analysis and things like that, and you're not expected to understand that right now or include it in your paper. So you don't have to comment on that section. You can move on down to section 5. Um, and make sure that is included. Now, here's another section with a word count. Again, you want to use the heading. This section is where the researchers draw their conclusions based on what has been presented earlier. So you want to make a summary as well, 300 words. So the first one, the introduction, that is 250 words. This is 300 words. That is 550 words just for those sections. So when I review your word count and I see that it is, let's say, 350 words total, then we have a problem because that means you have not met the word count. So you want to make sure you are meeting the word count for those two sections. Of course, it's going to be over 550 words because you do have other sections to complete. They're not as wordy, but you want to make sure you are following the complete instructions. Make sure you have included a response to every question, and then you should do very well on this assignment. Again, in this section, please do not use direct quotes. Okay. Just a reminder, please do not turn in this template. It should just be a regular APA formatted paper. You want to use double spacing for your paper headings, and you should do quite well on this assignment. Of course, you are welcome to reach out to me if you have any questions on it, but this is the easier of the two assignments. I just figured a video would be easier than trying to get everybody together on a live Zoom call. That way you can review this at your leisure. You can go back to it. You can stop, start, whatever it is you need to do. But again, of course, you can reach out if any specific questions you may have. Okay, so I hope this is a very helpful video for you, and I look forward to reading your work. Thank you.